Hello, viewers. Welcome back. We are in episode 3 with Coffee with Colin. I'm sure you guys are interested in terms of how NetLync is evolving the telecom landscape. And so here I have Igor. He is our senior software engineer at NetLync, and he's going to provide his perspective in terms of how we are changing the telecom landscape. Good afternoon, Igor. How are you
Hi,
today?
Colin. Hi, Colin. Nice to be here.
I guess the first question is, can you tell me more about your role at NetLink and how your previous experience in the telecom industry contributes at NetLink?
Sure. I'm a senior backend developer at NetLink. My responsibility is planning the backend services architecture, implementing features, doing code reviews, helping with onboarding new developers, or even participating in the selection process for new team members. I have more than 20 years experience in total and over 10 years in telecom industry, involved in from service provisioning, site reliability roles, business analytics. So my main contribution here is essentially understanding how the telecom side works so that I can better shape our product so that it's better used, more easily used by our customers.
Thank you, Igor, for telling us about your role at Netlink as well as your previous experience. It sounds like you have a lot of experience that you have brought to the table to contribute here at Netlink. That being said, with your extensive experience in the telecom industry, seeing it come from the prehistoric age all the way up to what Netlink brings to the table today, can you tell us a little bit more in terms of how we are evolving the whole telecom industry?
Yeah, so given my previous experience in the telecom industry, the most important shift I'm seeing is the move from on-premise to the cloud. So most of the IT industry is already there. It has been there for more than 10 years, and the telecom industry is traditionally always behind, trying to find safe approaches to use of technology. And this shift is basically happening now. In the last couple of years, telecoms have started moving towards cloud offerings, and the NetLink service is one such service that telecoms will want to use. The main benefit we provide here is the unified interface, which means that we can more quickly onboard, and they will benefit from all their feedback coming back to us and us improving our product for all of them. And the end result is a much smoother experience and also quick turnaround when introducing new features, such as the support for the next generation of devices, which will use eSIM chips instead of SIM cards.
Thanks, Igor, for that. Since we're bringing the whole telecom industry from the prehistoric stage all the way up to the 21st century, and we're using all the latest and greatest technologies, there's not much information available on the web to help us troubleshoot or help us debug the issues that we are currently discovering today. So that being said, what are your current methodologies or processes or tools, or is it some sort of art where you bring to the table with your 20 years experience where you could oh, this looks like this behavior. I think I remember something like that. So we're just going to try and test it out from all yours. Can you describe a little bit more about that?
Of course. In my case, it's more of an art than a science. The most effective approaches I have is persistence and patience. The challenges are sometimes really unwieldy and there are no easy answers on the web. So we have to be patient and persistent with prodding the system from the right points, figure out its behavior, and then figure out what the cause of the problem could be. So I'm just relying on my experience to use whatever's most appropriate for the situation.
This is why we have you on board, because as you know, since we're one of the first companies to release a SaaS-based product, senior developers such as yourself that can bring not only how many years of coding experience, but also figure out ways to troubleshoot our product so that we have expedited deliveries, as expedited push to production, and you bring all that to the table here. So thanks again for coming on board at NetLink. That being said, since we're always using the latest and greatest technology in our product, and since there's no tools to help us troubleshoot, what do you do to stay updated so that you're always one step ahead of NetLink, so to speak?
I stay updated mostly by listening to podcasts in the industry. I read books. I'm subscribed to several book subscriptions. And I think most useful in our developer world is to have experience by building small demo projects for fun, private projects that give me minimal experience that I need for new technologies and new approaches. So when the need arises in my main work, I'm ready and I can jump in with these new ideas.
That's fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have here today, Igor. Thank you so much for telling our viewers in terms of your years of experience as well as what you're bringing to the table at Netlink and how Netlink is using the bleeding edge technology. If anyone has any questions regarding Netlink entitlement, feel free to drop us a message on our social media. Thanks for everyone for viewing this video.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Bye.
you, Igor. Bye, everyone.